Hi, it's BrickTsar, and I'm going to look at a vintage Lego set. This is one of those building set with people. It's really for the younger age groups, like 5 to 10, and it's called Fireman, obviously. It's set 218. This is the European version of the North American set number 340 fire trucks. Now, those sets were basically identical. They just had different set numbers on the instructions in the box. And you get 6 firemen and 3 vehicles. And yes, fires are nothing new in the Lego universe, except you didn't have as many burning buildings. You just had happy firemen back then. So we're going to look at these 3 vehicles and your 6 maxi figures that you get. Alright, we get this one fire vehicle, which is some kind of wrecker. It's got the blue grill, yellow lights on the side, blue lights. You know, they're really solid color. They're not translucent bricks, but they're supposed to be lights. And you got the windshield, which is 1x6 trans clear bricks. And we got the working hook on the back of this tow truck vehicle of some kind. Very cool, huh? And it's a simpler build, so this is one of those sets, like I said earlier, it's for the younger kids, younger age group. Basically, this is what they'd get into after Duplo. A lot of the larger bricks are in it, so it's not going to be the cool set with a lot of small elements. You don't get little plates in this. You get the big plates, 2x4 bricks, slopes, you know, things like that. The smallest pieces you got are these 1x1s. So it's it's just for that age group. So another thing, I take this figure off. These are basically Maxifigures or Build-A-Figure, and you don't really get enough pieces to make them tall enough. But I'll make them taller. These Maxifigures don't have the extra arm unit to make them where they have elbows, so they got the short arms. And that's another thing. Some of the younger kid age sets, they wouldn't have the full Maxifigure arms. And the one thing about this set is that set 340 and set 218, this set, were the only ones I know of that came with a fireman helmet for the Maxifigure. So that's pretty cool, but it's not exactly a rare element because there's 6 of them in here instead of 1. Now, if there had only been 1, that would have made this probably a more rare element, but it's not that completely rare. And this is one of your guys. He's got the freckle face. You had about 5 or 6 different face patterns for Maxifig. And the next vehicle is the ladder truck. It's actually a truck with a ball socket joint there. And it's got the 3-section ladder, which is usually hard to find. They made a single section ladder, a double section ladder, and the 3-section ladder, so it can lift up pretty high. But it is obviously, yes, Chrissy, it is too small for the Maxifigure people. Uh-oh. Let's see here. This doesn't look right. It says Maxifigure people don't have limbs. It just does not look like he'd be climbing up this ladder. So that doesn't fit. So I'll put his leg back in there. So these are Build-A-Figures basically in these sets. I'll show you in the instructions. They show some other alternative models you can make, and they give them feet, which are just basically usually 2x3s or plates or bricks. And my ladder has been worn out and it's coming apart on me. So, this thing's all worn out. Oh, it's on a turntable too, so turn. But that's this is what happens when you play too rough with your sets. There. It's a very worn out ladder. It shouldn't fall out the back like that. But that's the ladder truck. So let's look at the other truck. Now I think this is the main fire truck. It's got a little, some kind of tank car or something, I guess, in the back. Perhaps that's where the water is. I don't know. Or that's what they use to store their hoses, because there's no other storage in any of these vehicles. There's no doors that are visible. And you got this massive truck carrying these 4 firemen, and you got this little bitty cart on the back of it. And each of these vehicles, they all had a similar build as far as the fronts and the bottoms here. They were just on different size plates. And again, these are the Build-A-Figures. Now these 3 guys have belts built in. It's just a 2x2. And they actually got enough legs to make them tall enough. Decent size anyway. Yes. God, as I'm doing this video, I'm like, this is so lame. This stuff's lame. But this is for kids. So, but hey, you got different faces here. You got 3 different faces on this vehicle alone. You got this freckled guy, the eyebrow and eyelid guy, and you got the old glasses, speckled look there. So you can only get 3 different types of Maxifigure heads in this set, but you get 2 of each type that there are in the set. You get 2 of these, 2 of these, and 2 of these. And that is the fire truck. Now, unless that piece is for carrying the water, I don't know what they're going to put the fire out with. Now, they are prepared to climb into something. They're prepared to tow something. Maybe that's a winch. I don't know, but I mean, or the fire. It's also maybe this is a volunteer fire department. It also has a towing service, but they don't really seem to have anything to put fires out with. But that's okay, because Lego Universe is notorious for fires, and maybe that's why, because they don't know how to put them out. Now let me show you my beat up instructions here. It's got an alternative model on it. Now I wish I had the entire instructions. These are just kind of ratty, and there's a big torn corner out, and somebody heavily taped it. I usually like to just leave them torn instead of taping them, but just the one picture that's completely visible is kind of funny. You got the building that's on fire, and they use the yellow bricks to make the flames. And this looks similar to the one of the fire sets that's out now. It has that burning side to it. It's just a more simple build. It's got the red roof, but to me that picture is funny because you got the firemen ready with their little thing to catch people jumping out of burning buildings, but they're rescuing one of their own. So I don't know. It's funny to me. I wish I had the whole picture there, because you can kind of see one of the guys on the ladder, but it looks ridiculous. That's enough of that. So that's the Fireman. That's set. What did I say? Oh, set 218. It's from 1977. And sorry if I seemed less than enthused as I went through the review of this. I'm sorry. Sorry if it wasn't very entertaining. But the set's not that great a set, except for one reason to me. And that reason is it has the Fireman helmet. And I like to collect the different Maxifigure parts. And as I said before, the only one I know of that you can get the helmet in is this set, or the American version, set 340. So you can take those helmets and then make your own figures, make them maybe look a little cooler. But of course, most people today are into the minifigures, not the Maxifigures. But you can always find a use for the Maxifigures, because perhaps you need giants or something in the minifigure world. But anyway, just thought I'd show you one of these old vintage sets. This is the type of Lego sets that we had when I was a child, and we would have been really thrilled to see something like this. So Lego's come a long way So appreciate what you got today. Lego is a good product. I like the vintage stuff. I like looking at them. And I like comparing them to the new stuff, but I'm not going to compare the Maxifigure set. I'm not going to compare this fire set to the modern fire set because it's Maxifigure scale. It's not minifigure scale. But I did like in the manual it had the building that was similar to the building in one of the fire sets today. So anyway, thanks for watching. Please comment, like, and subscribe, and don't shoot the messenger.